Good afternoon, everybody. Yesterday we were completing with the first part of chapter tableting. Up to coated tablets we were completing. Right now we start with the second topic, that is so-called uncoated tablets. Uncoated means a plain tablets which require dissolution period is up to about 15 minutes to 30 minutes. These uncoated tablets are the one, they are formulated to dissolve drugs in a proper form at a proper location within a stipulated disintegration period so as to show their effect, and when they are to be added in a buccal cavity with a draught of water, they dissolve at a proper site, proper medication is applicable. And no doubt, these uncoated tablets are the one which containing 5 to 10% of the active ingredient. Only 5 to 10% active ingredients are to be there, whereas 80% additives are to be added, and these additives like some binding agents, disintegrating agents, dissolution agents, some lubricants, gelidants, anti-stickling agent, and number of. These all additives, so-called excipients, they do not show any therapeutic value. They do not interfere any physical or chemical properties of the drug. They do not interfere with the pharmacological action, physiological mechanism of our body, but they are necessary to be added. And these all additives are added along with different types of medicaments. 5 to 10% are the medicament, 80% are the different additives, and which when added, the proper tablets are to be prepared. And these tablets do not show any sort of a tablet processing problem, which we already discussed yesterday. They do not show any negative test, any negative problem at the time of quality control test. That means addition of additives, it is so important to get a proper tablet, to dissolve a tablet properly at a proper site without showing any irritation. Now generally, these uncoated tablets, they are to be prepared by the method of granulation. And if I say granulation means the powder is to be converted in its aggregates. Powder convert into its particle size, so-called granules. The powder conversion of powder in its aggregates, so-called granules. And these granules processed by different methods, that process so-called granulation. Generally, there are two types of granulation. Number one, wet granulation and dry granulation. Major granulation method used for tableting are wet granulation and dry granulation method. If I say the conversion of tablet by agglomeration means aggregates, so-called granules, phenomena so-called granulation, and these granulation adopted to prepare the granules, and these granules when used for the compression, these granules when used for the preparation of a tablet, these prepared tablet, do not show any problem. There are two types of granulation, wet granulation and moist granulation. wet granulation and dry granulation method. And this wet granulation method is also called as a moist granulation method. If I say the wet granulation method, so-called moist granulation method, in this moist granulation method, there is use of a moisture. There is a use of a water media. There is use of a syrup. थोडक्यात aqueous media is used as a binding agent for wet granulation method. And these aqueous media binding agent, which when added with the powder, which are compounded first, that means all powders are weighed, mixed up with the additives, and after addition of additives, that powder is then converted into the granules. And for the wet granulation method, the whole powder to be taken and add drop by drop sufficient amount of any aqueous media binding agent. Any aqueous media containing binder, it is to be added to form a cohesive mass with this powdered form. And when with this powder, when you add any binder, any binding agent, you want to mix it continuously. थोडक्यात त्या पावडरचा गोळा तयार करायचा आहे, सो कॉल्ड कोहेसिव्ह मास. त्याला काय म्हणणार मी? कोहेसिव्ह मास. And this cohesive mass is then transferred through any sieve with the different numbers. And when you pass through a sieve, you will get the granules, and these granules are then dry, and then send it for compression to get a tablet. That is so-called wet granulation method. थोडक्यात, in a case of wet or moist granulation method, we are using binder, so-called binding agent, to form a cohesive mass which is in an aqueous media, which is a syrup one. Syrup of sucrose can be used as a binding agent because syrup containing water, aqueous media, moisture, and that is to be used for the preparation of a binding agent, cohesive mass. And that cohesive mass, when it passes through any sort of a sieve, any number of a sieve, you will get that size of granules. Whereas another technique, another method for granulation is a dry granulation method. The word itself implies this is the method of granulation in which no aqueous media is applicable. No aqueous media is used for dry granulation method. No syrup is used for dry granulation method. All non-aqueous solvents, they are used for dry granulation method. And this dry granulation method, it is not to be done with the moisture, with the heat. That means moisture contents are not allowed, heat is not allowed at the time of dry granulation method. But the binding agents, so-called binders, used for dry granulation methods are non-aqueous solvents. We can use alcohol, we can use ether, we can use carbon tetrachloride or chloroform. They are used as a binders, and when you use such a binders for dry granulation method, prepared granules are totally prepared as per dry granulation method, but they are not affected due to the moist. Because if they get affected due to the moist, if you use by moist granulation method, some ingredients get affected due to the moist, due to the moisture, due to the aqueous media. And if they get affected, the use can be get bifurcated, use can be get diverted. For example, in the preparation of aspirin granules, aspirin, so-called acetyl salicylic acid, aspirin चं दुसरं नाव acetyl salicylic acid. While preparation of aspirin granules, they are prepared only by dry granulation method. ते कशाने बनवणार? Only by means of dry granulation method. And in these aspirin granules, if you add any moisture containing any aqueous containing drug, any aqueous media binding agent, water containing binding agent, if we added these aspirins, so-called acetyl salicylic acid, when it is intact, When it is acetyl salicylic acid, it shows the use analgesic. That is a pain reliever. But if we prepare aspirin granules by means of moist, by the addition of watery media as a binding agent, if we prepare aspirin granules, these acetyl salicylic acid convert in the form of acetic acid and salicylic acid. That means intact acetyl salicylic acid shows the use as analgesic. But after addition with the moist aqueous binding agent, while preparation of aspirin granules, this acetyl salicylic acid is separated into two parts. One part is acetic acid, second part is salicylic acid. Intact acetyl salicylic acid shows analgesic use, but the separated acetyl salicylic acid like acetic acid and salicylic acid, due to the addition of moisture containing syrup or due to the addition of watery media, due to the addition of syrup as a binding agent while granulation, the use may be get diverted. It is of no use. It do not show analgesic effect. थोड़क्यात, all aspirin granules are prepared by dry granulation method. If they are prepared by moist, they get separated into the acetic acid and salicylic acid. And this acetic acid and salicylic acid, it is of no use. Whereas acetyl salicylic acid in combination shows the use analgesic. To get analgesic effect, they are prepared by dry granulation method, and if you prepare by moist, they do not show analgesic effect. These are the two different methods of granulation, like one wet granulation, so-called moist, and second dry granulation method. In a wet granulation method, binding agent containing aqueous media. In a dry granulation method, binding agent containing non-aqueous media. In wet granulation method, we are adding syrup of sucrose, syrup of triglyceride, anything. But in case of dry granulation method, we are not adding such a syrup, but we can use non-aqueous solvent. We can use organic acid, mineral acid, or non-aqueous solvent like alcohol, ether, or anything else. That is about the granulation. Granulation means a conversion of powder into its particle, into its aggregate, so-called granules. Once you know the granulation, there are various modified tablets. There are what? Various modified tablets, and these modified tablets are designed to release their medication in controlled manner. Their medication in controlled manner at a predetermined rate, at a proper duration, and at a proper location, at a proper site, within a stipulated time. And these all various modified tablets are the one. They involve the mechanism to dissolve a drug over a time in order to be released slowly and steady in the body. When they dissolve slowly and steadily in the body, their effect is to be prolonged for a different time. Their effect to be seen for such a tablet for a longer period. These various release tablets, various modified tablets are of three types. Number one, sustained release tablet. Second, extended release tablet. And third, fast dissolving tablet. पहिली कुठली? Sustained release tablet, that is SR. पहिली tablet type कुठली? Sustained release tablet, so called SR. And these sustained release tablets are the one. They are given with a draught of water, but they show their effect with the extended period. For a longer time, for the long extended period, this tablet they show their effect, that is so called sustained release. Slowly they are dissolved in the body of patient, and whenever they slowly dissolve, due to the slow dissolution in the body, they shows their effect slowly for a longer time. That is, dissolution of such a sustained release tablets are slow. They are dissolved for an extended period of time, and when this administered to a patient in a given rate to maintain certain concentration. They are administered in the body of patient with the proper concentration, and they then disintegrate within a specific time and disintegrate within a specific period. Then and then only they show their effect for a longer time. That is so-called sustained release. But if I say the second extended release tablets, these extended release tablets are a two-fold tablets. The two-fold reduction tablets, that means which when taken with a draught of water, these tablets are slowly to be dissolved for extended period, since from 12 hours to 24 hours. The extended release period for these tablets is 12 hours to 24 hours, and they are dissolved, they are to be taken once or twice a day. They are to be taken once or twice a day, and specifically they are designed to release a pre-designed designated amount. Pre-designated or predetermined amount of what ingredient they are to be dissolved within a stipulated time in the body of patient, so-called extended release tablets. And these extended release tablets are also called as control release tablet, time release tablet, sustained release tablet. Again, they are showing long-acting extra time tablets, extra long-time tablets, and different names are to be there. So-called control release mana, sustained release mana, extended release mana, time release mana, all are the tablets so-called extended release tablet. They dissolve with the body, they show their effect for a 12 to 24 hours. That is so-called extended release. The third one, fast dissolving tablet. This is goodly fast dissolving tablet. They are also called as disintegrating tablets. And these all fast dissolving tablets are the one that are specifically useful for a smaller children, specifically used for adults, specifically used for unconscious patients, because adults cannot take a tablet easily. Unconscious patient cannot take a tablet by himself, and pediatrics or children are not able to take a tablet easily. But these tablets are the one, they are to be just added into the buccal cavity, and they dissolve due to the saliva present in our mouth. These tablets are slowly dissolved, but their dissolution is very useful for the patient, and they get dissolved only due to the saliva. Majorly they are useful for pediatrics, some adults, and some unconscious patients. All these fast dissolving tablets, they are sweeter in taste. They are prepared with a sweetening agents at the time of formulation. That is so called sustained release tablet, fast dissolving tablet, and extended release tablets. Now once you know this one, all tablets once prepared, there is also double layer tablets, that is so called bilayer tablets. Double layer tablet lagana nahi, bilayer tablets, they are also to be useful for a body mechanism. Once you know about different types, different coating, different types of coating, different modified tablets, all tablets once prepared, it is necessary to check them by means of quality control test. All tablets once prepared, they are necessarily to be get positively passes to different QC. QC, so-called quality control test, so-called evolution test, and once they get positively passes, they shows complies test for tablet, then and then only these tablets are sent it for marketing. These tablets are sent it for packaging. And different quality control tests for tablets are, पहला सेल शेप, दूसरा सेल यूनिफॉर्मिटी ऑफ वेट्स ऑफ टैबलेट, तीसरा सेल परसेंटेज ऑफ मेडिकामेंट्स ऑफ टॅबलेट, चौथी असेल मेकॅनिकल स्ट्रेंथ, त्याच्यात असेल तुमची फ्रायबिलिटी अँड हार्डनेस टेस्टिंग, आणि पाचवी असेल ती रेट ऑफ डिझॉल्युशन. These 5 are the quality control tests for tablet. I will repeat: shape, any shape we can prepare, condition that shape of a tablet is approved by FDA, accepted by customer, accepted by patient, and willingly prepared by the manufacturer. That shape can be determined, can be written with the QC report. Second, uniformity of weights of tablet. Variety tablets prepared. If you prepare a 1 lakh of a tablet from a one batch, from a 1 lakh tablets, collect 20 tablets or collect 10 tablets, and they are individually weighed. प्रत्येकाचं काय करायचं? इंडिव्हिज्युअली वजन करायचं. When you go for individually weighing of such a tablet, by the weight variation, that is 130 milligram, less than 300 milligram, more than 300 milligram, as per the plus minus percentage deviation, plus minus 5%, plus minus 7.5%, plus minus 10%, काही टॅबलेट 130 मिलीग्राम त्याच्यापेक्षा कमी असतात, काही टॅबलेट 300 ते 300 मिलीग्रामपेक्षा कमी जास्त असतात, काही टॅबलेट 300 मिलीग्रामपेक्षा जास्त असतात. म्हणजे 130 milligram or less, 300 milligram or less, or more than 300 milligram. These all percentage variation, it is of plus minus 5%, plus minus 7.5%, plus minus 10%. In this percentage variation, these tablets are to be shown. Out of 20 tablets, if only 2 tablets are showing this percentage variation, you can say the batch is passed. But if more than 2 tablets out of 20, if they differ in a weight than that of this percentage deviation, the batch is discarded. And if we take 10 tablets, only 1 tablet out of 10 can be differ in a percentage deviation. If this so, then and then the batch is passes. तीसरी टेस्ट असेल percentage of medicament. You want to specify the percentage of medicament with the report. Then fourth one test is rate of dissolution. This rate of dissolution quality control test is the one. It is showing for a tablet in which there is a rate of dissolution equipment. There is a one beaker, there is a stand, there is a wire gauge containing measuring cylinder. Can't say measuring cylinder, but that is a cylinder which containing wire gauge at the bottom. Beaker is there. Central shaft is there. With the central shaft, there is a cylinder. At the bottom of cylinder, there is wire gauge, and there above the wire gauge, we are supposed to place the 5 tablets. And these 5 tablets are to be dipped directly to the beaker. Beaker containing a water, and the temperature of water is up to about 37 degrees centigrade, and that temperature should be maintained by means of a thermostat. Once we adjust the thermostat for this water, heated up to about 37 degree temperature, this 37 degree is as it is for a longer time till there is a test. When we place a 5 tablet with a cylinder, and when we rotate, when we switch on the machine, the central shaft is moved up and down. When it moves up and down, the tablet which are placed above the wire gauge, which is in a cylinder, these tablets are dissolved slowly into the water containing a temperature 37 degree. If it is a plain tablet, the time limit adjusted for dissolution is 15 minutes. When you set the timer for 15 minutes, after 15 minutes, all the tablets which are present in the cylinder, they get dissolved in a water after to and fro, after up and down motion of a central shaft. The water which is to be there in a beaker, because that central shaft is moved continuously up and down into the beaker. तो सेंट्रल शाफ्ट ज्याला तो सिलेंडर अटॅच केला आहे, ज्या सिलेंडरच्या खाली काय वायर गॉज आहे त्याच्यावर आपण काय ठेवले 5 टॅबलेट. These 5 tablets are continuously move up and down into the water which is placed in a beaker, and that beaker is placed with the machine. when after 15 minutes, all 5 tablets, if they get dissolved with the water due to the continuous up and down movement of a central shaft along with a cylinder, your test is so-called complies. Not a single particle is to be remain as it is over the wire gauze after completion of 15 minutes if it is a plain tablet. थोडक्यात काय, जो काही सिलेंडर असेल तो त्या बीकरमध्ये असणाऱ्या पाण्यामध्ये कंटिन्युअसली काय व्हायला पाहिजे, अप अँड डाऊन सेंटर शाफ्ट खाली जाणार वरती येणार, म्हणजेच काय टॅबलेट सुद्धा त्याच्यात काय होतील त्या पाण्यात डिझॉल्व्ह होत जाणार. जर टायमर इफ इट इज ॲडजस्टेड फॉर 15 मिनिट्स फॉर अ प्लेन टॅबलेट, नॉट अ सिंगल पार्टिकल इफ इट इज विजिबल, not visible over the wire gauze, you can say the test is passes. If the particles are visible, so-called tablet do not get dissolved within a 15 minutes, you can recycle. That means the batch is discarded. म्हणजेच काय, ती बॅच तुम्हाला पास म्हणून म्हणता येणार नाही, तुम्हाला ती बॅच काय करावी लागेल, परत रिप्रोसेसिंग करावी लागेल. याला म्हणून मी रेट ऑफ डिझॉल्युशन. फॉर प्लेन टॅबलेट्स इट इज अ 15 मिनिट्स and if it is a coated one, it is up to about 60 minutes. Lozenges or chewable tablet do not show any sort of a rate of dissolution test because all chewable tablets or lozenges tablet they dissolve only due to the mouth saliva present in our mouth. तोंडामध्ये असणारा जो सलाइवा आहे त्याच्यातच ते डिझॉल्व्ह होतात. नो डिसइंटिग्रेशन पिरियड फॉर chewable tablets, no disintegration period for lozenges. Chewable and lozenges one is the same. But this rate of dissolution, it is the QC test important for dissolution of a tablet within a specific disintegration period at a proper site within a stipulated time. Plain tablet to be dissolved within a 15 minutes. 15 मिनिटात तो जो सेंट्रल शाफ्ट मध्ये जो सिलेंडर अप अँड डाऊन करतोय त्याच्यामध्ये असणाऱ्या सगळ्या टॅबलेट काय व्हायला पाहिजे, त्या 37 डिग्री पाणी टेम्परेचर असणाऱ्या वॉटरमध्ये डिझॉल्व्ह व्हायला पाहिजे. Once get dissolved, it means that you can say the tablet taste is get passes. That is so called rate of dissolution, rate of disintegration. Once you know this test, the last one is a mechanical strength. Mechanical strength can be carried out by two different ways. Number one, hardness test. Second, friability test. पहिली कुठली, hardness test. To check the hardness of a tablet, there are two types of hardness tester. Number one, Monsanto hardness tester. Number two, Pfizer hardness tester. Monsanto and Pfizer. And in this hardness tester, there is a central knob, there is an anvil, and in between knob and anvil, we are supposed to place a tablet. And when we rotate the knob, this tablet gets completely crushed within a particular period. If the measurement of hardness, it is in the range of it is to be measured kilogram per centimeter square. The measurement of hardness can be measured in a unit kilogram per centimeter square, and when 4.5, if it is the specific hardness, 4.5 kilogram per centimeter square is the satisfactory hardness for every tablet. How much? 4.5 kilogram per centimeter square is the hardness for a tablet which is a satisfactory, and this hardness can be checked by using Monsanto hardness tester or Pfizer hardness tester. It means that you want to check the hardness of a tablet. टॅबलेटची हार्डनेस जर चेक करायची असेल त्या दोन्ही टेस्टरमधून तुम्हाला करता येईल. पण मोन्सॅन्टो हार्डनेस टेस्टर असेल तर देर इज अ नॉब, देर इज अ अॅनव्हील, देर इज अ वन नॉब अँड अॅनव्हील, इन बिटवीन दॅट यू वॉन्ट टू प्लेस युअर टॅबलेट, रोटेट द नॉब कंटिन्युअसली. म्हणजेच काय, त्या गॅपमध्ये तुम्हाला ती टॅबलेट प्लेस करायची, नॉब रोटेट करायची, आणि एका स्टेजला काय, दॅट टॅबलेट गेट क्रश. And that crushed tablet will show the reading, that is in the unit kilogram per centimeter square, and if the specific reading is up to about 4.5 kilogram per centimeter square, you can say the tablet passes through the mechanical strain in the form of hardness testing. That is a proper hardness for the tablet. This is the one. And second one is a friability test. This friability test is carried out only for the loss of some particles from the tablet at the time of transportation. How much the tablet is friable. And to check the friability test, there is a friabilizer, so-called Roche friabilizer, ROCHE''S. Roche friabilizer can be used for the testing of friability test, in which 20 tablets are to be weighed at once, and these 20 tablets, after weighing, total weighing, they are to be placed in the friabilizer. There is a one circular disc which is of a plastic, in which you are supposed to place 20 tablets, which are startly they are to be totally weighed. There's a total वजन करायचे, and after weighing, they are to be placed into the circular disc, close it, and rotate that friabilizer for 100 revolutions. The speed of rotation for friabilizer is 25 rpm. Within a minute, they are rotated 25 times. We are supposed to rotate the friabilizer for 100 revolutions. How much? 100 revolutions. And when we rotate for 100 revolutions means 4 minutes. After completion of 4 minutes, again weigh 20 tablets. After weighing the 20 tablets, if there is a loss up to about 10 to 15% of the total weight, 10 to 15% of the total weight, if they get lost, their weight, that test is positively passing. That test is complies. That is so-called friability test. That is so-called a friability test, and that ends with the chapter tableting. That means, in a quality control test, there are 5 QC. 1. Shape, uniformity of weights of tablet, percentage of medicament of tablet, rate of dissolution, and पांचवी friability, mechanical strain. And these mechanical strain can be studied by 2. 1. Hardness testing, and second, friability testing. In the case of hardness testing, we are using Pfizer hardness tester, we are using Monsanto hardness tester. In the case of friability test, we are using Roche friabilizer, which is rotated for 100 revolutions per minute, 100 revolutions. The speed of rotation for this is 25 revolutions per minute, which you are rotating for 4 minutes, and after 4 minutes, the total weight is to be weighed, and if the total weight is variable, then that of first actual weight in a 10 to 15%, you can say the batch is passes. That ends with the chapter tableting. Thank you.